And that's what I'm trying to do. When I win awards, I think of him. If he was here now, I know he would be proud. He would be boasting to his friends, as he was always quite proud about me. But I know he's still here in spirit.
Whether it's for Manchester United or Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo has the same ambitions, to win and to be the best. Even those who work alongside him are always amazed at his constant hunger to improve.
Ele não para. Ele não. Quanto mais a gente, às vezes a gente.
He just doesn't stop, no matter how much you demand of him. Sometimes, when we ask them to go a little bit easier, to avoid injuries, for instance, he wants to work even harder. If you set him a hard task, he just wants more. And that's what I like about Ronaldo. That, and also the way he treats people.
Olha o tio, dá sorriso. Dá sorriso, olha o tio. Agradeço imenso. Obrigado.
He's generous and kind, polite, and gets involved in everything he does.
I've had some great players here over the years. In my time, I've been here 20 years, and Brian Robson, Roy Keane. But in terms of sheer ability and imagination, Cristiano is without doubt, he's looking the best now. Every day he practices, So it's not an accident that how you see the improvement today as from when he arrived 3 years ago. It's not an accident, it's by his own design, his own desire, and his own determination to be the best.
In 2006, he played in his first World Cup final.
Naturally, it just happens.
Logicamente que isso é uma coisa natural também que acaba por acontecer.
Before games, this is how Ronaldo discusses strategies and relieves tension. As ever, the ball is never far away.
Bola para ele está sempre em movimento.
Whenever Ronaldo plays, the ball is always in motion. One of these days we'll have to glue the ball down. He always brings something new to the game. He's happy to be working at his own game, learning new feints and trying to teach us, so we can attempt to do what he does, which is never easy. Most of us trip over our own feet trying to do those things.
They wanted me to be the scapegoat for something, because maybe they expected more from England, I don't know. I don't want to speculate. But I do exactly the same thing now, because it was a normal thing to do. I remember after the game, Rooney came to me and said, "Keep it up. You guys have an excellent team. Just keep going. You're doing well." I've always been really good friends with him. He sent me messages after the game.
So it's shown everyone how good a player he is, and I think not only that, the English fans only boo good players, so I think that's a sign of respect, and you know, I think every English fan is happy that he's playing in the English league.
Everyone in this industry likes to incite trouble or controversy. I think that's what happened. But my relationship with Wayne is very good.
With a witch hunt in full cry back in England, Ronaldo had naturally mixed feelings about going back. Jorge Mendes and Sir Alex Ferguson persuaded him otherwise.
Everything that's happened so far since the start of the season tells us a little more about who Cristiano is. He's a player with so much character, who's managed to overcome all that adversity.
After the incident, I spoke to Wayne Rooney and I kept texting Cristiano, but I kept texting his old telephone number, so he never got all my texts. So he thought maybe I wasn't showing interest in Cristiano. And it was only when I spoke to David Gill, our chief executive, to get in touch with his agent to tell him to phone because he hadn't returned my calls. I then realised that we'd been texting the wrong number. So I got his new number and I texted him again, and we arranged to go out to see him in Valdelobos with David Gill and I flew out in a private plane. And there were certain fears for Cristiano in terms of what was the reaction back home in England from the press, from visiting fans, from away fans. And I explained to him, look, that we are used to this, we know how to handle this type of situation because we had a similar thing with David Beckham in '98 after the World Cup when it was red card. And they were burning effigies of David Beckham outside pubs and bars all over London. And our first game was in London, you know, in West Ham. And what I said to Cristiano is, English people that seem to talk more than they actually do anything, I think they'll boo you. I think that there'll be some strong reaction in terms of noise from the crowd, but they won't do anything physically, they won't harm you physically. And he was a bit worried about that. We also, very importantly, we got him a new house in the country. It's very private and all his family are there, which is very, very important to be happy in your house, which he is now. And then the first game away from home was at Charlton. And of course all the crowd booed. But just before half time, he got a ball, he beat a man and hit the bar with a fantastic shot, and everyone shut up. They shut up because they're terrified. They're afraid he's going to kill them. You understand? Yeah. So I said to him after the game, you've got the answer yourself. You can quieten him with your ability. And he'll never be afraid to show his ability because he's got great courage.
I didn't expect that kind of reception. It's never a nice thing to be booed in every stadium. But on the other hand, some good can come of it. It makes you stronger psychologically.
No amount of public abuse could deter the Ronaldo revolution that became the decisive factor in the 2006-07 season, in some style. It was Ronaldo's inspiration and his goals that propelled Manchester United to a Premier League title. He was the obvious choice for Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year awards, which spelt out that all his promise had come to fruition. The young Portuguese winger suddenly had the world at his feet, and he even won his bet with Ferguson that he would score 15 goals or more in the season.
I'm not paying.
I'm not paying, why?
I said to him, penalty kicks don't count. Penalty kicks, I don't include penalty kicks. But I will pay him, I'll pay him at the end of the year.
In the next year, you will...
I have another bet with him.
Yeah?
I make it 100. To get my money back.
Para mim, ele é o melhor do mundo.
For me, he's the best in the world. As a person, as an athlete, as a member of the national squad, and as that young kid that I've watched grow up over the past 3 years.
At this moment now, I think he's the best player in the world now.
The joy to watch and joy to play with him. And I think at the minute he's undoubtedly the best player in the world. He deserves to be crowned world's best player, and I hope so for him. I'll be really pleased if he is for him.
He could be to football what Michael Jordan was to NBA, because he is capable of surprising us every day with something new. And that's not something many players in the world can do. Only those who are chosen to make their mark on football history.
He's a fantastic player. Brilliant, creative, with great athleticism. In fact, he's probably one of the best players around at the moment. And taking into account that he isn't an out-and-out striker, he scores a lot of goals too.
I think he's a wonderful professional with a pretty face and a beautiful smile. He's a good role model for young football players. Now, he's among the very best players, and I hope he can reach the very top one day.
He's one of the strongest players in the world right now, because of his technical quality and his physical strength. Taking into consideration his age and how long he's been playing, he can become the best, without a doubt.
Cristiano's on top form. He's scoring goals, he's creating goals, and he's playing with a lot of confidence, and he's a really difficult player to play against.
Cristiano is a great player that has a lot of talent, and he's shown already that he's a star player, and he's going to be very important for Manchester United in the future.
He's a fantastic player. He's probably the most successful player in England at the moment. He brings so much skill to our game. It's an absolute honour to referee players of that skill and ability. It's fantastic for the spectators. It means that our stadiums are full because we have good players of this nature. And when you're refereeing the games involving these players, it's really good to be involved at such close quarters, to see the skill that these players have and to see the way they can work the ball and they can lift the game.
He is without doubt the best young player in the world. I think that World Cup thing, when Podolski was voted best player, I think that's just, well, it happens sometimes in these competitions, but it's an outrage, because Ronaldo really is the best young player in the world, and he's got enough talent to become, well, he's already one of the best. He may well become a truly remarkable player over the next decade.
He always wanted to be faster than Thierry Henry. And when you see how quickly he reached such an important level in international football and managed to become, and still be, faster than Thierry Henry, then he has all the qualities it takes to leave his mark on an era.
My ambition has always been to be the best. I've always said that I don't have a job, I have a blessing from God, because this is what I love best. And if this is what I love best, then what I want most is to be the best.
Do you dream of being the best in the world?
I won't pretend that I don't want to be the best one day. I dream of it often. I want to leave my mark on football history. And I think if I keep things up, if I stay humble, and if I'm always willing to learn new things, then I think one day I could do it.
Working between offices in Porto and Manchester, Jorge Mendes is the man who manages Ronaldo's career. He's more than just the player's advisor. He's like an extended family member. And he's certain of one thing: Cristiano Ronaldo is nailed on for the 2007 World Player of the Year award. Right now, Ronaldo has no equal.
He's got all it takes to become the best player ever. At his age, with the success he has already achieved, he's unique. There's no one else in the world quite like him.
In 2007, Cristiano Ronaldo moved out of the city of Manchester and into the suburbs. His house has everything anyone could need: an indoor pool, sauna, gym, tennis court, and even a small cinema. Welcome to the wonderful world of Cristiano Ronaldo.
A bola não sai, já está a dizer fora. Pá, onde tens de ter 2 bolas, caralho?
Mas a vantagem vossa, pô.
Ah, a vantagem foi a anterior, então.
Não estava nada, estava igual a vantagem.
Ah, pô, escala-te para aí.
Falhaste agora. Falhei, depois falhei. Mas o que é que fez com o Ronaldo ao ar? Mas não é, ainda pedaço, a bola estava dentro da Manuela que não.
Even a simple game of tennis gets the competitive streak going for Ronaldo. He genuinely hates losing.
Who most often wins?
I do.
Really? He says he does.
Only when he cheats. Otherwise, I win.
Is he any good?
He's all right.
Does anybody like losing? I don't think anyone likes losing, do they? I might get a little bit more upset than they do, but that's not my fault. It's in my blood. It runs in the family. But I don't usually get too upset playing tennis here, because most of the time I win, so it's no problem.
Do they let you win, or do you deserve it?
No, they don't let me win. I play a bit better than they do, that's all.
Things are less competitive in the kitchen, where Ronaldo's brother-in-law takes charge.
When I'm not home, Cristiano tries to knock something up. So does Nuno.
What does he know how to make?
Who, Cristiano? He's good at making toast. No, he makes really good toasted sandwiches and milkshakes. They're excellent. We eat a little bit of everything. We try to cook everything. Lasagna, pasta, rice, anything.
What does he like best?
Well, he'll eat whatever's on his plate. He's got a big appetite. Isn't that right?
A house filled with people we like makes things much easier. We feel good. We talk, we laugh, we joke around. It's much better than being alone.
Invite o gol. Com Zé para o Braga dava. 2-1 para o Braga dava. Não. Tá bom. Braga perdeu por 3-2. Quem? O Chelsea. O Chelsea marcou de penalti.
Carinho meu.
É carinha, já sabe.
Ele vai, mas o azeite.
Every match day, the family go down to Old Trafford with Cristiano. But the sight of her son in action can sometimes be too much for his mother.
It makes me suffer to watch, and I never watch penalties. I always leave the stands. In his first game at Sporting, when he scored 2 goals, it was just too much for me. I fainted at the Alvalade Stadium.
I'm very proud of him. I get goosebumps when he scores.
For an away game, everyone gets together for a Madeiran barbecue. Then little brother Cristiano provides the entertainment on the pitch. With his captivating style of play, it hasn't taken long for advertising agencies to take notice and develop his image. At the Gestifoot offices in Lisbon, they see his marketing potential as huge.
We believe that Cristiano Ronaldo will soon be one of those great sporting figures, one of those 4 or 5 elite sportsmen recognised by everyone.
So much so that Ronaldo is already a global brand.
そこで私は経営者である。経営の質を高めるために何をしたらいいんだろう。
This is my story in Bali. I thought their secret was magic. Then... Fogo!
Try, mister, try!
Extra juice? I know their secret.
Ronaldo's image can be associated with any successful product on the market. It was even used in a game designed for mobile phones. Today, Ronaldo is one of Nike's elite group of athletes, along with his countryman Luis Figo. But only Ronaldo has reached this elevated standing at the tender age of 22. His boots are tailor-made for his game, and Nike have a stylist who advises him on all his options.
We know he's one of the fastest players in the world. So at the end of the day, he absolutely needs the fastest and the lightest boot that he can possibly have. So when we sit down with Cristiano, we really listen to his insight from the game that helps us to create simply the very best and the very lightest product that we can in the mercurial vapor to make sure he can perform at the highest level week in and week out.
3, 2, 1.
Whether he's in the stadium or the studio, he maintains that same commitment so that everything runs smoothly. Even in front of the camera, Ronaldo is a perfectionist. Journalists all over the world have been won over too by his talent.
For L'Équipe, Ronaldo is the #1 star among any foreign players. When we got the exclusive to interview him, he was our cover story, and it was a big event. Not just for the 3 million French people with Portuguese roots, and the Portuguese who live in France, but everyone in general was very excited to read about Ronaldo. He's a superstar.
I think when he first came, people wondered if he was just a one-trick pony or a pony with lots of tricks. I think now they realise there's true potential there, and I think everyone, whether they be an Old Trafford fan or elsewhere, wants Ronaldo to remain a Manchester United player for an awful long time.
He's a great player, one of the best. He's among, I don't know, the top 4 or 5 best players in the world. He's had a great season too. He always had the technical skill, but this year he became a clinical finisher as well and scored like never before. I think he's got better, and his performances in the National Championship and what happened at the World Cup helped make that happen.
Ronaldo's football enchants Old Trafford week in, week out. He's a symbol of Manchester United's success and their current crop of star players. Fans come from miles around just to watch him play. The club shop sells thousands of products with Cristiano's image on them. Anything endorsed by the Portuguese star is a guaranteed bestseller, and the fans quite simply idolise him.
Quality player, best in the Premiership, what can I say? Excellent. Superb.
He's God. What can I say? He is God.
Magnificent, he's just the best. He's going to be the best in the world. If he stays there anyway. So he's just, I don't know, the new George Best.
Cristiano dos Santos Aveiro, a.k.a. Cristiano Ronaldo.
And it's not just his skill with a football that captivates the crowd.
I love Ronaldo, yes, he's a very good footballer. Very good looking, very sexy legs, and very talented.
He's complete, he's a brilliant footballer, excellent looks, can't complain. He's a good footballer, fantastic footballer, and good looking as well.
Okay. The way that he plays, and he's incredibly good looking.
Naturally then, Cristiano likes to take care of his appearance, and those hours spent in front of the mirror have got him quite a reputation in the Old Trafford dressing room.
¿Qué apodo tiene para vosotros jugadores dentro del vestuario?
A few years ago, some people called him Playboy. Others, the fashion kid.
I think it's well known that when he signed, he got a mirror put by his dressing room so he can look at himself every minute.
It's hard to walk through Manchester without seeing Ronaldo's image somewhere, but the player himself rarely goes out in the city. Whenever he does venture out, he wants to be just like any other young man of his age.
If I wanted to go out this Friday, I couldn't, because I have to play on Saturday. We all have to prioritise what goes on in our life. In a footballer's case, we go out when we can. For example, if I have a game on Saturday and then I'm off on Sunday, I can go out, no problem. I can go for dinner or to a bar. I'm a fun person, so I like to dance, I like to sing and joke around. I like doing normal things.
His agent, George Mendes, is a regular guest back at Ronaldo's Cheshire mansion. He too gets involved in those hard-fought games of tennis. Ronaldo winning every time, of course, by fair means or foul. The atmosphere is as relaxed and jovial as ever, and whenever there's a football in sight, the magic follows. So how exactly did he do that?
Vamos ao primeiro 11 minutos. Ronaldo inicia a jogada.
His friend, the young Portuguese midfielder Manuel Fernandes, is another regular house guest. Surrounded by friends and family, it's no wonder Ronaldo seems so focused, despite the money he now earns and the status he now has. He spends his spare time enjoying the family barbecues, watching football, and of course getting involved in the regular kickabouts. And the fact that he's become one of the world's best paid players is only more reason to celebrate. For someone who fought so hard to become someone, he's now enjoying his rewards. Not only can he help his family out as he always wished, but he lives in comfort and can afford to buy everything he ever dreamed of.
Right now, I'm financially independent. Of course, that was one of the most important things for me. I have the cars I've always dreamed of. Cars that I like, the ones I dreamed of as a kid and couldn't afford back then, but can now. Why shouldn't I? I may see a ring or a bracelet or a necklace I like, but I'm not a total fanatic. I can go 4 or 5 months without buying jewellery.
Every week he receives about 2,000 letters, fan mail from all over the world. It's cousin Nuno and friend Rogerio's job to open each and every one.
Lots of girls send him wedding rings. It's cool, it's cool. They send him rings, and they're all dressed up as brides using Photoshop. We have a fun afternoon. We all get together and spend great afternoons opening the letters. With Ronaldo too. He tries to send an autograph to each and every girl.
He's amazed when he receives letters from Jamaica, Thailand, Brazil. It's amazing.
Ronaldo's success is a model for children all over the world. It's good to have dreams that you can believe will come true. And back where it all began at his first club, Andorinha, all the kids want to be the next Cristiano Ronaldo.
I think they're all probably dreaming of achieving what Cristiano Ronaldo has achieved.
Back where he grew up in Madeira, his old neighbours also dream of being like Ronaldo, whether it's copying his famous tricks or even his style.
I'd like to be like him, have cars, be rich, everything.
I'd like to be like him.
Do you train hard?
At Andorinha.
Do you think you look like him?
No, but I think I have his style.
I saw Ronaldo wearing these earrings. I liked them. They were cool, so I had to get some too. Of course, 2 earrings, just like Ronaldo.
His mother, Dolores, is already looking to the future. What's in store for her son? Just more and more success.
He could be a great coach, like Mourinho. That's what I think. And a mother is never wrong about her children.
Can you picture him as a father?
Oh, yes. He'll make a great father. And a proud one, too.
Back in one of the toughest neighbourhoods in Madeira, Quinta do Falcao, a young lad called Cristiano Ronaldo had a dream. Well, every kid has dreams, but how many of them move mountains to get what they want? An outrageous and God-given talent for the game of football was certainly the key. But it was ambition and determination that made Cristiano Ronaldo's dream come true.